Hello, everyone. This is Paige, and welcome back to this series, which I have decided to call Platinum or Bust. And this is going to be episode one, and this is going to be the episode in which I wipe my file and start everything all over again, which is going to be fun. And full disclosure, dear viewers, being me and my infinite wisdom, being the very special person that I am, I actually record this episode the way I usually do and the way I'm going to do it going forward, which is, recording the audio simultaneously with the visual and just reacting in real time and all that stuff. But I did an oops, made a boo-boo, and I wound up destroying half of my audio file, which, when enough time goes by, I'll look back and just laugh at that. But right now, I'm still in the middle of like the self-flagellation and stuff. But there's nothing for it. I have to, for this particular episode, episode one, off to a great start. I have to do a sort of after-the-fact commentary style. I prefer doing it in real time. It's faster and it's more authentic. So that's the way it's definitely going to that's the way I'm going to do it going forward. But for this one, unfortunately, I have to do it this way. So that's what's going on, just for this one only, hopefully, because I've learned my lesson. Eldritch set me straight about what I did wrong and how I accidentally killed half of my audio file and I can't use it now. So hopefully that's definitely not going to happen again. So what's been happening on the screen is that I don't at first I didn't know how to wipe my file, so I was looking everywhere to try and figure out how to do it, and now I have wiped it, but I keep getting confused about what I'm seeing on screen because it still has the golden god and stuff like that, and it says Isaac starts with the D6, but I was thinking, hey, don't I have to earn that? That's not immediate, right? And I keep confusing myself, and that's what's happening right now. That's why I'm like, huh? I have to earn the D6. He doesn't start with the D6, but then as soon as I start, I realize that, oh, yes. I do have to earn it. It's not there yet. It's not automatic. So that was what all of that was about. Yeah. So I apologize for me just not knowing how to wipe the file and then getting confused by my surroundings. Wow, Paige. And actually, I probably am going to do unique titles. I was leaning towards not doing it, but here I'm pausing and savoring the very first item of the save file, and it's the sad onion. I'm just savoring it, looking at it. It's so momentous. Wow. I savor it for a long time. There I go. I picked it up. And that's a tears up. That's lovely. And yeah, so as I was saying, wow, you would think I would be better at not losing my train of thought when it's after the fact commentary, but I still lose my train of thought quite often. Let's see. I was saying that basically this is only gonna be this episode where this is gonna be like this. I definitely don't intend to do this terrible screw up again, and Eldritch has set me straight, like I said, and I'm still learning. I'm still figuring out how to do stuff. And like I said, I can only improve from here. And it's actually pretty interesting because throughout this whole first episode, it was like a comedy of errors. And I was leaning towards not doing unique titles, but I've since I've evolved on the position. And basically, I talked about it with Eldritch, and he's like, yeah, unique titles can be good just because if people are looking at a bunch of Binding of Isaac videos in a surge on YouTube, maybe the only thing that sets you apart from the greats like Northern Lion or BitSnap or any of the amazing YouTubers out there that are much bigger than me, maybe the only thing that sets you apart is your unique title. So it's just maybe one little extra edge. So okay, that's fine. I've decided I'm going to do unique titles. So basically, I had already decided, I don't know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes into this, that I was going to call this one a comedy of errors because I keep doing very silly things. Just there, I took very stupid damage. Or wait, has the damage happened yet? Maybe not yet. Or maybe I picked up a heart. At some point, I take really stupid damage against Larry Jr., and that makes me really angry because all I had been talking about up to this point mostly is that I really, really want to get the no damage achievements, which I had gotten the basement set of no damage achievements, but I hadn't got any of these subsequent floors. And so I was really hoping to like start off episode 1, just be like get the no damage for basement, like I had managed to do in the previous file, and then that would boost my confidence, and I would go forward and you know get the rest of the no damage. But I take stupid damage, so like I'm all down on myself, and my second item is another tears up, which is interesting. And so that was the Larry Jr. That was the first boss fight of this save file of episode 1, which is neat. And right there, I'm talking about how I don't know where the secret room is exactly, so I'm just gonna go down. um, so yeah, uh, it's interesting because the feeling of doing the commentary after the fact is so different than doing it while it's happening in real life. It's very and I would say that it's actually harder to do the commentary while it's happening simultaneously, but I still like that method better because I feel like it's just easier to react honestly, and it's obviously more authentic, and plus it takes less time in the whole making process rather than doing the visual and then adding the audio later. You just do them all at the same time, so you do all two of them at the same time. You do both of them at the same time, so it's faster too as well, which is nice. So yeah, but I guess the one maybe nice thing about doing it afterwards is that it is easier in terms of just not having to try and play and think about what you're saying at the same time. But it's not enough of a reason for me to like do this going forward. And uh, obviously this is just for this time, like I've said before. This is a Claudie that I'm trying to kill, and it's being super obnoxious. Ah, wow. So yeah, this whole episode is just like a comedy of errors, and I'll try to remember all of them and point them out as I go along. I mean, I even had a hilarious error in like episode zero, probably more than one. But one that I remember well, and that's probably just going to be a running theme with me. It's like just constantly making dumb mistakes. So like I may want to use that title again, but I'll have to think of another one or whatever. But yeah, unique titles. I can get behind it. I can get behind it. These are hoppers, which I'm trying to kill. So yeah, the no damage achievement for basement is out the window, but I think what I'm talking about here is that I wasn't really worried about that one because I know I can get it because I got it in my original file. Um, so the no damage ones that I'm really worried about that I want to get right away so that I don't have to worry about them anymore are the caves, the depths, and the womb no damage achievements, which are all the like subsequent floors and stuff. And so basically, I feel like the game has gotten easier, but for some reason, I don't know if I'm just psyching myself out or I'm nervous or whatever. I'm not like owning like I thought I would, because I was thinking initially that it's gonna go back to being super easy, right? So this like these first couple of episodes will be so easy, it'll be such a confidence boost or whatever. And it is easier, but it's not the huge jump that I think I was expecting. Of maybe that's just because I'm just even more of a terrible player than I thought I was. Maybe it's because there's a weird thing going on where there are less powerful items in the game because there are just less items in the game, period. Maybe it's because I don't have the D6, and that feels it makes me feel naked, and I know well, Isaac is literally naked, so it makes me feel nakeder. I don't know. But I wasn't playing as super awesome as I thought I would, which was humbling to say the least. And it's hard for me to get more humble, but there it is. And so I took Bob's Rotten Head because obviously I have to earn the D6. That's not automatic, and I haven't earned it yet. I don't remember how you get the D6. I think it's if you win a certain number of times or if you beat Mom a certain number of times. I honestly can't remember how you unlock the D6, but obviously, when you first start out, you don't get it automatically as Isaac. And so since I didn't have a spacebar item, I picked up Bob's Rotten Head there, which is just like a throwable bomb. Yeah, it's just a throwable bomb, and it does poison damage as well. And yeah, I went into the challenge room here because I already lost the no damage for the basement, so there's no need to worry about risking unnecessary combat. So I just went ahead and did it because I tend to be a very impulsive player, and if there's something I can get, I just get it, even if it's not strategically the wisest thing to do. Um, so here I'm trying to decide where the secret room is, and there are three possible locations. And I'm thinking, hey, I can use Bob's Rotten Head to try and find one of, like, I can test with Bob's Rotten Head. So here I go. It's not there. So I'm like, well, I think I'm going to use the tower to try and find it. And that's exactly what I do. And I get scared and I run away. And then there it is. And I found it. Yay. And it just got 3 cents. But hey, that was 3 cents I didn't have before, right? But I don't have a key to go to the shop, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, I think I just go to the boss from here because I don't have a key for the shop. And so yeah, what was I saying before? Oh yeah, you don't start with the D6, so I picked up a spacebar item or a use item. And I think I was talking about how it's kind of cool to restart your file in a lot of ways. And one way is that you can experience as Isaac, especially if you're a player that basically only plays Isaac. And I confess I tend to only play Isaac because I love the D6 so much. And Isaac's, very balanced stat-wise as well. But I play some of the other characters too. But I heavily play Isaac. And so with Isaac, because I almost never get rid of the D6 for any reason, I don't really get to experience, ooh, a radioactive spider has appeared in the basement. Yay. I unlocked my first thing. That's cool. So you don't get to experience other use items as Isaac after you unlock the D6 if you're someone who never puts the D6 down, which I was / probably will be again. So that's one neat thing about restarting that I didn't think about initially, but I'm discovering as I go that, hey, as Isaac, I guess in general you're experiencing the whole thing over again, but just like specifically what's nice about it is you can experience holding different use items with Isaac, because there are some use items that are really, really good and really, really fun. Oh my gosh. I remember this so well because this was the first combat room and I took damage. And that means the no damage thing is just completely gone, and I'm freaking out and being sad about it right now. It was the very first room, and I took damage from that red fat fly or boom fly or whatever it's called, and I'm still just freaking out over it. I'm so disappointed because, I thought that, at least I would have maybe tried and gotten a little bit into the floor before taking damage, but nope, first room took damage. So I'm just whinging away about that and just not having a fun time, but so it's like a comedy of errors continuing. It's just just me being crazy, and I know I'm still talking about it. I remember I just went on and on and on, and I'm just yelling at the enemies in this room, yelling at the Chargers, even though it's not their fault. I'm just taking it out on them. And yeah, so that's what's going on there. Yeah, there's a lot of spacebar items that are really fun, and you want to occasionally use them. Not that Bob's Rotten Head is one of my favorites, but there are ones that are really fun and nice and cool. So yeah, I get to experience those as Isaac again, which is nice. And so, yeah, I'm gonna go in the combat room. Whoa, I remember that. That was yet another error that happened. Because what happened was I was still just losing my mind over taking damage in the very first room because I had just been trying so hard to get the no damage for the caves and all that stuff, and I was just so just having a little fit over it, and my fingers moved off of the arrow keys onto the shift key, and I always use E to place a bomb, not shift. And so I accidentally placed a bomb there and wasted my only bomb, and that's that's what happened there. And so it's given me another thing to complain about and hate myself about. And yeah, the comedy of errors continues, and it's gonna continue. But I'm just in the combat room because it doesn't matter. I took damage, might as well, kind of thing, and Just taking care of these hives. I believe these are hives. Or mulligans? Mulligans might be the item that makes you spit out flies. I can't remember. Secondary goal of this series, besides just making worthy content and, slash getting Platinum God, secondary goal is to learn the names of all the enemies. And I know a lot of them already, but I don't know all of them. This is a host. I know that. And the ones that spit out flies, I think they're hives. Might need to double check that. I might have to double check that. So yeah, I'm still just bebopping around, and whoa, I used the stars. Took me quite a ways. And this is Mom's Bra, which is an item I really, really like. It's probably my top 10 favorite. It's in my top 10 favorite use items, and it freezes enemies. I'm not sure for how long, but it freezes them for a good long time, and you can just like stand and shoot at them and do lots of damage to them. So it's really nice. I really like Mom's Bra. So I traded it in, but if there's a need for a bomb on this floor, I was saying that I'm going to go back and use Bob's Rotten Head because it still has a charge. So that's good. And I'll try not to get ahead of myself with the commentary, but I know what's going to happen. So yeah, it's gonna be more fun times. But yeah, I'm just having a nice time. And at some point, I started talking about Eldritch and how I saw a recent video of his that I enjoyed. And oh, these are leapers, and they are very frustrating for me. But there's only two, so maybe I can handle it. Yeah, I managed. I managed somehow. And let's see. Yeah, I was just talking about. I tend to mention Eldritch a lot. I don't know. He's just my hero, I guess. Just a big fan. Anyway, so yeah, I talk about him a lot. I hope that's not super annoying. I don't know. I'm really self-conscious that I'm doing things that are annoying, but maybe it's just that I have low self-esteem and I need to work on that. I need to work on it. But I think this series is going to help me because like if I'm actually creating something, that I think that will help me become a little more confident. Okay, these are moths. I know these. They sound like quacking ducks. I think I say that like every time. Should probably just let that die off and stop mentioning that every time. But they're moths and I really don't like them. I usually take damage against them. And seeing those reminded me of a recent video I watched that Eldritch made. It was a Dark Souls 2 video, and he talks about how he thinks the word maw is really, really fun to say. And I couldn't agree more. I think maw is one of those words that's really fun to say. We should all try to like say maw very often, but actually it's one of those words that has a very specific definition. It means like a large gaping mouth. So it's not the easiest word to like work into everyday use. So that's just like one of those things. But maybe that's what's part of its appeal is because we don't get to use it very often. And that reminded me of a scene in one of my favorite movies, Kill Bill. I don't know. You've probably at least heard of it. I strongly recommend it if you haven't seen it. It reminded me of the scene in that movie where this one character named L Driver, she is basically delivering this it's a fairly dramatic scene, and she is delivering this monologue. I'll try to talk about it in as non-spoilery terms as I can. She's delivering this monologue about this snake and how poisonous it is. I don't remember what snake it is, like the black mamba. Maybe that was the snake. I don't remember the name of the snake. Anyway, she's talking. She's going through her monologue, and at some point in the monologue, the word gargantuan comes up, and I don't remember exactly what the line is, but she says something like, "I'm remembering me because I'm crying in the corner. I'm making Isaac cry in the corner because I reminded myself of the fact that I don't have the no damage because I already took damage." So that was what that was. Just Isaac crying in the corner. And I'm also trying to figure out how to use Bob's Rotten Head, and this takes me way too long. I overthink this way too much. Yeah, that's what I'm doing because there's two places I could potentially use it, and I'm also trying to think about testing for the secret room, and basically I'm just way overthinking this. And it's pretty hilarious because I don't want to take damage, but I like want to test for the secret room at the same time, but I end up not even really trying to. I don't even know. I think I just give up on trying to test for the secret room because I don't know if my bomb will reach it if I just use it to blow up these rocks. Just takes me way too long to figure out that I should throw it from the side to blow up one of those rocks, and that'll be fine. Just takes me forever. It's okay, Paige. You're gonna figure it out. Me from the past, you're gonna figure it out. I have faith in you. Yeah, just go to the side. Just go to the side where you were. Yeah, yeah. You can throw it there and you'll be safe. Yeah, so I figured it out finally. All for the fool, which isn't very good, but um, that was that. And then I realize when I get over here that I could have used the fool, not the fool, used Bob's Rotten Head the same exact way to make a bridge here, and I could have played the beggar, which probably would have been a lot better. So I used the fool to go like maybe one or two rooms, and I go back to get the bra, and that was the whole thing. It was just yet another error because playing the beggar would have been better, but I didn't realize that, oh yeah, you can just throw Bob's Rotten Head from the side, and that'll make a bridge, and you can get to the beggar. And then I tried to go in the shop because, again, I just, well, I'm just essentially out of my mind. Which, hey, whatever. It's it's all good. So I'm heading back to fight the boss, I believe, at this point. And I don't think I've been to a shop yet in the playthrough, so yet to see our shop in this file. But so yeah, basically the word gargantuan. Yeah, I'm back to that now. The word gargantuan comes up in her monologue. It's something to the effect of the black mamba, if that was actually the name of the snake that she was talking about. The black mamba, upon its bite, releases a gargantuan amount of poison. And she pauses in the middle. Elle Driver, this character, she pauses in the middle of what she's reading off of, her like monologue, and she says, "Man, gargantuan, that's such a great word. I've always liked it, but you so rarely have the opportunity to use it in a sentence." And then she just goes right back to reading off her thing, continuing her little like soliloquy. And I like that moment a lot because it's something that people do in real life all the time. We're like, "Oh, that's such a great word. We don't get to use it very often," like that kind of thing. And that's something that's really neat about Quentin Tarantino. I think he's a really good director slash writer. I think he also writes a lot of his stuff, maybe.